Go for it.
So, Christian Omar Reyes is an 11-year-old boy from Tegucigalpa, Honduras, whose father was robbed and murdered by gang members. Milagro Naomi Martinez is a 19-year-old from Mexico City who receives death threats from gang members every day, considering her body and the way it looks, and is told that if she is seen with another man, she will be raped and murdered. This is a typical occurrence in a lot of places in Latin and Southern America where gang violence is extremely prevalent. And I guess my question is, how can we help people such as Christian and Milagro? With over-the-border housing, this would be a sanctuary for fleeing refugees and would provide documentation to immigrants coming over that would provide, or they would be able to pay government taxes through this documentation and also work towards full citizenship with it. It would be fully funded by refugees themselves. They would be placed in work sites through this housing organization, and portions of their salaries would actually go towards the housing, funding it completely. Reasons that this would be good for us as Americans: it would create jobs. Construction workers would be needed to build the homes and schools that would be needed for this. Teachers would be needed for language purposes, not only just teaching the children coming over, but also teaching their parents. And then supervisors would be needed to oversee the housing developments. It's also, I believe, our human duty to do this. I think that you should help anybody when they're in a time of need. And so, I don't know, I just think as Americans, like, we should take this into consideration. And I would also eliminate the bed quota. The bed quota, like any other quota, it has to meet like a certain standard or a certain quantitative number. And for the bed quota, they have to house a certain amount of people in detainment centers in between their being arrested and their jury trial for possible detainment. And according to the National Immigrant Justice Center in 2013, 34,000 people have to be housed according to this bed quota every single day. And it costs about $159 just to house one person every day. So it costs us a lot of money. But there are these things called ATDs, which are alternatives to detention, which save taxpayers $1.5 billion every year. But with the housing proposition, it would actually save us more because they would have proper documentation. If they were to get picked up, then they could provide this documentation and would not have to go to these detainment facilities and would actually eliminate this bed quota. Keeping this in mind, what do you know about immigration? Well, in a Pew Research Center article published in 2016, they found that there are 11 million immigrants in the United States, roughly. I mean, it's an estimate, but about 50% of this population come from Mexico. The rest are all just Latin American countries. But they, in another article titled "Expensive Aliens: How Much Do Illegal Aliens Really Cost?" published in 2010 and written by Delia Fahmy, she found that it costs us about $100 billion to support illegal immigrants in our country, and about $60 billion of this is spent on the education system through second language programs such as English language learners and English as a second language. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I actually think that's really great that we do take our time and money to help these people that are coming into our country. But how can we help even more of these 11 million immigrants? Well, you can send a letter to your congressman. I know it sounds like super corny, but just getting an idea rolling gets things going, and I think it can be like a help. But you can also donate. We're all college students in here. We don't have a lot of money, but if you feel led to, you should. There's organizations such as La Casa, which is located in Goshen, which provides housing for low-income families. They actually just redid the Hawks building a couple years ago, and that is like a sliding scale rent for low-income families. And so organizations like that can really help people. I think that we need to help people such as Milagro and Christian on a daily basis. And as Americans, I think we tend to close our eyes to what's going on around us, and I think that we shouldn't. We need to open our eyes and arms and borders to people who are coming in. And so I guess in conclusion, I think we should build hope.